Hello, I'm Sarah. Welcome to your yoga, relaxation and meditation lesson number 7. So these sessions are suitable for students or anyone else who is interested in learning about yoga, specifically breath practice, relaxation and meditation, and how we can learn to cope with and reduce stress and anxiety. So we're going to start in a seated posture again today, and we're going to be using our breath for our focus and also introducing a little bit of movement with that breath. So it's worthwhile taking a few moments to settle yourself into a comfortable seated position. If you don't find comfort in your seated position, then you won't be able to focus on what we're doing. So I would never expect somebody to come down to their yoga mat and settle into one place and stay there the whole time. It's worthwhile just taking a moment to focus on your body and how you're feeling, and make any little adjustments you need to. Either maybe it's the cushion or the blanket you're sitting on. Maybe you just need to wiggle around a little on your sit bones. Rolling your shoulders, sliding them away from your ears. Hands relaxing on your knees. Palms up or palms down, whatever feels right for you. Or maybe in your lap. And starting to take slow breaths in and out through your nose. If you need to breathe in and out through your mouth, that's fine. Your mouth will probably get a little bit dry, so you'll need to swallow occasionally. But some days breathing in and out through the nose may not feel comfortable, and that's okay. So maybe you've started to count your breath. We've worked a lot with counting the breath over the past few weeks. Or maybe you find that your focus is settling on the sensations of your breath, the coolness of your breath as it passes in through your nostrils. And the warmth of the breath as it passes back out again. Coolness of the in-breath. Warmth of the out-breath. If you haven't already closed your eyes, you might like to do that, because that will stop you being distracted by things that you can see around you. You don't need to be able to see me, you can just listen to my voice. But there's no rules. If you want to keep your eyes open, that's fine as well. So remember that some discomfort, perhaps in your hips or your feet or your ankles, if you're not used to sitting like this, a little bit of discomfort is usual. Maybe in your back as well. But if you've got discomfort in your knees, I would definitely suggest that you change your seated position. And if any of the discomfort is becoming so great that it's distracting you away from your focus on your breath, then I would suggest that you move. So always at the beginning of our practice, we take a few minutes to settle. Without rushing or hurrying, we look for a natural, relaxed breath. And we remember to notice whether the mind has distracted us away from where we are and what we're doing. If your mind starts to chatter to you, notice that that's what's happened. And take your focus back to your breath. Whether it's the counting or the sensations. Whatever works for you. If you're counting your breath, try to resist the urge to increase the length. That will be the ego telling you to do that. If you find that at the end of your in-breath you're desperate to breathe out, or at the end of your out-breath you're desperate to breathe in, then you're probably pushing it a little too far. So, if your palms aren't already resting on your knees, then I'd like you to move them to that position. So, right palm resting on right knee and left palm resting on left knee, palms facing downwards. Check in on the shoulders, make sure they're relaxed and away from the ears. And we're going to practice palm up, palm down breathing. So if your eyes aren't open and you want to watch what I'm doing, then please feel free to open your eyes. And maintaining the same relaxed breath. On your next in-breath, you're going to turn your right palm to face up. And as you breathe out, you will turn that hand so that the palm rests on the knee again. And then you'll repeat that on the left side. As you breathe in, left palm turns to face up. And as you breathe out, left palm turns to face down. And you continue moving from right to left, left to right, moving the hand in time with the breath. So that the movement should take as long as the breath takes. Focus on the movement. Move your hand like it is made of china. Check that your shoulders aren't tense. Shoulders should be sliding down your back and away from the ears. As you continue to allow in-breath to roll into out-breath, out-breath to in-breath, one breath to the next. As you reach the end of each breath, feel how the hand relaxes down onto the knee so that you allow the weight of the hand and the arm to relax in that small pause between the in-breath and the out-breath, and the out-breath and the in-breath. And remember, if you become uncomfortable in your seated position, then you might need to move around a little. There are no rules. All of this is about making us feel better. And once you've had your little wriggle around, you can return to your breath and to turning the hand, turning the palm to face up with the in-breath and face down with the out-breath. If you find that you've lost track of where you were with the breath or with the movement in the hand, if you've become distracted for a moment, then it doesn't matter, just refocus and take your attention back to where we are and what we're doing. So after you've turned your left palm back down to face your knee again, I'd like you to let go of the palm up, palm down practice. And just allow your chin to come down to your chest and give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. And then I'd like you to come down to lie on your mat. Feet on the mat, knees bent, pointing up to the ceiling. Hands either relaxed on the belly or on the ground at the side of you, palms up or palms down. Shoulders relaxed away from the ears. Lift the toes up from the mat and give them a wiggle. And then place them back down again. Maybe you just want to have a little wriggle from side to side. And settle yourself down onto your mat. And just take your focus back to your breath again. We're just going to have a few moments here. Allowing in-breath to roll into out-breath. Out-breath to in-breath. One breath to the next. Allow the weight of your arms and your shoulders to sink down into the mat. If you want to count your breath, that's fine. If you don't, that's also fine. And then start to introduce just a little bit more movement into the body. Slide your feet away from you along your mat, taking a full body stretch. And then moving the thighs to the belly, the knees to the chest, wrap your hands around your shins. You can have a little rock from side to side. And then move over onto your side. And pause there for a moment and just notice how you feel. Check in on yourself. And when you're ready, you can come back up to seated. Well done. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. So, if you have any questions or you're interested in any live, personal or bespoke yoga, then my contact details should be at the end of this video.